Welcome everybody to our Living the Dolphin Way Masterclass today. I'm really excited to share this with you. The information is good. Some of you may have heard bits and pieces of it before, put together in a new way, and some of it may be new. And at the end, I have something really, really exciting to present to you all. And it's something that I have been waiting and wanting to do for a number of years now. Kayla and I have discussed it in the past, and I'm really excited, and I think it's going to be of real value to each and every one of you. So let's dive in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute all of you so that if you have any background noises or anything going on, it won't distract from the presentation. Mute everybody. All right, everybody still with me? Thumbs up, you can hear me? Awesome, great. All right, and so I'm going to share my screen as well because I have this PowerPoint presentation. And those of you on the phone, don't worry. I'll describe what we're looking at and what we're talking about, as well as send out the replay later, probably later today. So hit my little share screen button and go over to PowerPoint. And I'm going to minimize this. All right, everybody. So today we're talking about living the dolphin way and how we all can live more like the dolphins in our daily lives. And those of you who participated in the Dolphin Game of Joy really took a big step into, or big leap into, living the dolphin way. But now that was just 5 days. What's really important is that we make this sustainable, that we keep moving forward into living the dolphin way. So I'm going to be giving this class. There's some fun photos of me here. You know who I am. I was raised in the Pacific Northwest, boating with the orca whales from childhood. They were my friends, my first cetacean love. I attended Dolphin Heart World School back in 2004, became a certified dolphin energy healing practitioner in 2005, and moved to Panama at that exact same time in 2004. So you can see here, and the picture of the white whale there, that's because the humpback whales gave me a new light body as a white whale calf one year, and it's a very special, fun to jump into and play with. So that's a little bit about who I am, and of course my name. So who are the dolphins? You all are here because you love the dolphins, and you know they're amazing creatures that live in the sea, that bring us joy every time we see them. But besides being physical beings that help us to smile, they also they're transcendental. They are multidimensional beings that are highly conscious, highly sentient, and can actually shift dimensions at will. So pretty amazing beings. And why do we want to live like the dolphins? Well, as you know, you see just by watching them, even if you didn't know anything about them, if you saw them like in this picture where they're swimming along, joyfully leaping, you automatically feel this sense of joy when you see them. And who doesn't need more joy in their lives? But there's so much more to it. Going with the flow, so easily surfing through challenges, transparency, unity community, the pod mind, and unconditional love. all things that we want more of and want to embody more of in our daily lives. So dolphins have been on this planet, dolphins and whales have been on this planet for 30 million years, compared to us humans who've only been here for about 250,000 years. Just a very tiny fraction of one of those years. So they have figured out how to live in complete harmony with the earth. And just that alone is also a reason to want to live more like the dolphins. And this picture was one that was taken in Hawaii, swimming with the spinner dolphins. And one of the things I love, and I started seeing this a number of years ago, and I never saw it before, and now I see it almost every time I see a dolphin. Notice the line of gold that's shimmering back up on the several of the dolphins. I see it on 3 of them there. This golden light that they are emanating back to us. So the dolphins model an idyllic way of life. Way of life that if we emulate, we too can live a life filled with joy, play, flow, unity, community, and unconditional love as they do. So there's so much that we can learn from them. And it's a beautiful picture of a spotted dolphin looking straight at the camera here. And they really do live an idyllic life. Are they completely free from stress and danger? No. But it's how they react to it and deal with it in a much more idyllic way than we do. So dolphins represent joy and play. As we learned in the Dolphin Game of Joy, for those of you who participated, there's so much, they just embody pure joy, and they've taught us that joy is a permanent state, whereas happy is a temporary state, but that we can feel joy even when we're also grieving or feeling upset or even angry. And of course, they're always telling us to play, play, play. Play more like we did when we were children. So why do you want more joy? Well, obviously, we all want to feel more joyful in our lives. Us adults, we're so consumed with stress, with worry, with pressure, with deadlines, and there's so much negativity around us every day in the world. It's hard to stay in joy. But if we can master this permanent state of joy the way the dolphins do, life just gets so much easier. So the dolphins are always happy, playful, silly, laughing, and enjoy. Even when they are dealing with danger or grief, they can still show and feel joy, which is true mastery. So in joy, you feel better, you just uplifted. It clears your mind. When you're silly and laughing, you are no longer, the stress just disappears. Stress and fears go away. And it brings you right to this present moment where all we can think about is the joy or the play, not about deadlines or regrets. And it literally physically reduces stress in the body when we are in joy. It boosts the immune system. This is scientifically proven. It regulates our blood pressure. One thing, when we're laughing, we're actually breathing more and getting a bigger exchange of oxygen, which is also beneficial because we humans tend to forget to breathe. I catch myself when I'm in the middle of something, and it's like, oh shoot, I was breathing really shallow, and I'm like, mentally take a few deep breaths. It improves your memory because your mind is clearer. You're not cluttered with all of that stress and worries, which then opens your mind to allow creativity to flow in. And it has even shown to prevent cancer. You guys remember that movie, what was it, with Robin Williams, Patches, where he played that doctor who wore clown noses and was silly and joked with all the kids in the cancer ward. He had an amazing record of curing cancer and keeping them alive and healthy and happier longer. The dolphins are here to wake us up, to raise our frequencies, and to become more conscious and live a life of joy. I'm going to tell you an interesting story of how back in 2004 or early 2005, around then, I was getting certified as a dolphin energy healer. And to get certified, you have to do a number of practice sessions, which I was doing. I was in the middle of those. And one of the things I do is ask people to give the dolphins permission to adjust their frequencies in any way that is for their highest good as the invocation to the session. So I started doing that for myself every single time I went to sleep. So I lay down in bed, get myself settled in the covers, and say that to myself. Well, one night I said this to myself, and I instantly had this vision of myself as a dolphin swimming along fast. There were some common dolphins swimming along super fast, and we were leaping and having a great time, swimming together, racing together. Now, there were no great messages or wisdom that came through this vision, but it went on for several minutes, and I have no clue how long it went on, but it was really, really fun. When I came back and the vision ended, oh my gosh, my body was vibrating so fast. It was like they had totally, in that vision, they had totally raised my frequencies, but my physical body wasn't caught up yet. So they raised my soul or spirit frequencies, but my physical body couldn't handle it. So I couldn't sleep the entire night, not one wink. And this went on for 3 days. It was pretty crazy, but I was able to function. I was okay. The excitement kept me going and the frequencies. And finally, on the 4th night, I was able to sleep normally again. And I normally have no trouble sleeping at all. So what they did, raise my frequencies. And what's interesting is after that, when I did my dolphin energy healing sessions, I had this steady flow of visions and messages. So much so they were coming 2, 3, 4 at once. And I'm like, guys, stop. I'm linear. I need them one at a time, which they then did. But those of you who have been on my free dolphin energy healing group calls, monthly calls, as well as received private sessions, you know how frequent those messages come. So it's all because the dolphins raised my frequency. And I became more conscious of their wisdom flowing through me. So it was pretty amazing. So dolphins also are quite altruistic. And Jennifer mentioned Fungi in that she just got back from seeing him in Ireland, the ambassador dolphin. Talk about altruism. He's dedicated his entire life to being with humans. He does sometimes go visit other dolphins, but not very often. mostly he's hanging out with the boats or even swimmers with no real reward, physical reward that we can see. Now, and that's what altruism is when you help somebody out without any benefit to yourself. This picture is some dolphins in Brazil that have started helping these fishermen. This happens every single day. The fishermen stand in the water like they are up to their waist or so, and then the dolphins herd the fish into their nets. So they wait till the dolphins bring the fish close, they throw out their nets, and they reap the rewards. Now, yeah, the dolphins do get some fish as well, but the dolphins can get their own fish. They don't need to do this, but they've worked out this beautiful relationship that's been going on for years. And as we know, they save swimmers from drowning. And this picture is a long distance swimmer with some dolphins nearby, keeping him company. And there's many, many cases going back to ancient Greece of dolphins saving swimmers from drowning. And again, there is no benefit to the dolphin at all, and even puts themselves at risk, because a dolphin carrying a human body to the shore that's very weak and can't swim on his own, that's just expending a whole heck of a lot of energy. And you've also heard many stories of saving swimmers from sharks. There's one story I saw where there was some group of teenagers and their dad swimming, and these dolphins came around and they were circling them, and they were actually slapping their tail on the water in a tight circle. And it was actually quite aggressive, and the people were scared of the dolphins. And so the dad dove down out of the circle to get away and came face to face with a great white shark. So the dolphins were herding the people in the only way they knew how into a tight circle so that they could keep the shark away. And several members of the pod were hassling the shark and chasing it away, while the other dolphins were keeping the people tightly huddled. And then they were safe until rescue came. And the dolphins live in flow, always moving. They never are stationary, always working with the currents of the ocean and the weather conditions. So what do dolphins do in the face of a storm? Do they run? Do they hide? Do they dive deep and wait for it to pass over? Nope. They go with the flow, and they jump higher, and they play even more, which is amazing. I've seen them do this. I've seen whales do it too. One day we were out I was leading a tour, and we were on a catamaran sailboat, and it was flat, calm, like glass seas in the morning. And then right after lunch, we were hit with 40-knot winds. Huge winds and huge waves. And the whales that we'd been watching earlier that had been calm and quiet started breaching and breaching and breaching over and over and over again. So that's pretty fun. And so they don't run and hide from the storm. They play more. I see there's a few messages in. Okay, the chat box, you feel free to put them in there, but I have a hard time seeing them when I'm actually doing the presentation, but feel free to put them and I will see them later. All right, so dolphins transform adversity into a positive by going with the flow of the storm. They use the force of storms to propel them to new heights that gives them a whole new perspective. So imagine if you're, in the worst case scenario, you're stuck in a hurricane and all you see is storm and huge waves, but if you go with it rather than going against it, we all know what happens when you resist something. It persists, and it often gets worse. But if you go with the flow, You can actually surf along in front of the storm and let it carry you to those calm waters. Instead of stiffening up, fighting, or resisting the challenge, they relax, go with the flow, use the force or energy of the storm or the challenge to propel them higher than they could in calm waters, giving them a new, bigger picture perspective of the problem. And think about how you could do this as well. If you've got a challenge, say you've got somebody who's bullying you or being mean to you at work, or just a very negative person, instead of resisting them, you can welcome them. Instead of putting up this wall of energy and even physical, the way you hold your body physically, try opening up, try welcoming, try bringing them in. Because anybody who's acting that way, in a negative way, or angry way, or difficult way, is, as you know, it's a cry for help. And they just want to be heard and understood. And it's amazing how they soften. It may not be the first time, but you keep doing it and they will become a changed person right in front of your eyes. So go with the flow and leap to new heights like you've never done before. And being in the present moment. When you see the dolphins, and this is a photo of dolphins riding the bow wave of a boat right in front of us, that when you see dolphins, it is literally impossible to think about anything else but those dolphins and the joy that you feel from seeing them. You can't think about the work deadline you have in front of you, or the bills sitting on your desk waiting to get paid, or the mistakes you made in the past. They're simply gone. And what a gift to be in the present moment. So when you're in the presence of a dolphin, it's impossible to think of anything else at that time. So we humans are so bad at not living in the present, and the dolphins are the masters of present moment, just being. And this is a fun picture of all the dolphins riding the bow of a boat. And when you're with the dolphins, your mind empties and you find yourself right here, right now. Nowhere else in the world seems to exist when you have the dolphins with you. And when you see the sheer beauty of moments like these, with these dolphins underwater coming together in almost a star formation, reconnects you to your natural sense of joy and inspiration. And this is my favorite dolphin living skill, transparency. As you know, dolphins have sonar, also known as echolocation, that they use. They'll make their clicking sounds to send out into murky waters or at nighttime to see fish or obstacles or dangers in their path. They can also use their echolocation to find fish hiding in the sand. And echolocation is also used to find, not only is it used to find fish, it can also be used to find disease or weakness inside the fish's body. So for example, if they're looking at a prey fish they'd like to eat, they can see if one of them has a disease or a broken bone or maybe a fin that doesn't work right, some reason that that fish is easier to catch than all the rest. And they also can echolocate upon each other and also see if inside of each other, if there are any physical issues or challenges. and they can echolocate on humans. This is a picture of a dolphin touching a woman who is pregnant, and she's not in the water. And what's amazing is it has recently been proven that they can also echolocate outside of the water, in the air. It's not as strong, it's not quite as accurate, but they can do it. So not only can the dolphins see your physical state, but they can also see your emotional state. So what that means is when we are upset, we hold our body differently. When we're stressed, when we're worried, when we're fearful, there's tightnesses and tensions in our body. And the dolphins can see that in us, and they can see it also in each other. So imagine there are no secrets or lies among the dolphins. Imagine the freedom of having no secrets and no lies. It's a little scary concept for us humans, but for the dolphins, it's a natural state of being, and something that I love and admire so deeply about them, and something that I aspire to. It's not easy with the humans because we all think we need to hide something about ourselves, or people won't love us or even like us. But it's so easy to tell a little white lie here and there, and sometimes we think it's so to protect somebody, but it really isn't. And to be completely transparent is incredible. So how would you feel if you lived in complete transparency, being completely seen and loved and honored? Because really, a lot of us think we're hiding things from our loved ones, and they think that they won't love us if they knew it, but really they probably know it anyway, and they will love us even more when we are completely transparent with them. It's the secrets and lies that build the walls, not the transparency. Unity, community, coming together as a pod is something that the dolphins are masters at as well, living together in pod mind. Dolphins live in extended family units with their immediate family as well as extended family and close friends. And they stay with these pods their entire lives. The orcas, which are the largest member of the dolphin family, a orca that is born into a pod never leaves that pod, never leaves its mother's side their entire lives. So they stay with their pod their entire life, always with that sense of knowing that they are honored and respected as an individual. So what is best for the pod is also best for the individual. So the pod mind doesn't sacrifice your individuality. In fact, it honors it even more. So all without losing your sense of independence or your unique personality. That is the ultimate freedom. And unconditional love. We have a fun picture of 3 dolphins. One is a young baby snuggling up to its mother here. What is unconditional love? We all think we know and we try and aspire to it, but unconditional love is a love without any limitations, without any expectations, judgments, or conditions. And we humans aspire to it, but we're not very good at it because there's always often unconscious expectations, wants, and desires that we expect from the person that we do love, especially if it's our family members. There's all kinds of underlying desires and expectations. And that can be really, really hard and damaging to the relationship. So to love as unconditionally, both as dolphins love unconditionally, both as individuals and as species. They love us as unique individual people and as an entire species. That's huge. Just really take that in. The dolphins love you unconditionally. Love you. They love the human race, despite all the problems we've caused, and they love you. Just really take that in. So the purpose is to help us to reconnect to our true selves, our life's purpose, and to remember, recognize, and share with the world our light within. That is what the dolphins want for us, to remember, to reawaken, to reconnect. And part of their purpose is to help us remember who we truly are as souls, as spirit, with all of our gifts and talents. The dolphins are asking us to step up and practice loving all those around us unconditionally. And don't worry about if you fail, because sometimes it's unconscious. Imperfect action, just setting the intention, is huge. If you can love a human in your life the same way as much as you love the dolphins, you love the dolphins for who they are. You don't try and make them be anything or do anything for you. You just love them for who they are. And that is a model that we can then transfer over to the humans in our life. So the dolphins believe in you. They hold a vision that each of us can learn to love each other and all life unconditionally. They set the model, and we can aspire to that. They're happy to help us learn and fumble our way to loving each other unconditionally. So, what have we learned from the dolphins? Joy, flow, going with the flow, joy and play, altruism, how you can feel joy just by helping somebody without any benefit to yourself. Being in the present moment and the value of freeing our mind and letting go of stress. Transparency, opening up and allowing others to see all of us truly, clearly. Unity, community, to live in the pod mind, to go look out for the greater good of all without sacrificing our own uniqueness. And unconditional love, learning to love without expectations. So, are you ready to dive deep into living the dolphin way, just as the dolphins are? Then I'm inviting you to join the pod to help you live the dolphin way every day and every moment of your life. So I have created a way for you to master the art of joy and play, to go with the flow and easily surf through challenges. And the deep rewards, reap the deep rewards of altruism. And to let go of past regrets and guilt, worrying about the future, and simply be in the present moment, always. to embrace and enjoy complete transparency in a really safe and sacred way, and to live and practice being in complete unity community, being a member of a pod that honors you for exactly who you are without judgment, and to embody and receive as well as give unconditional love. So I have created a membership group that I'm calling the Pod. And this is an ongoing membership group that will continue on from this day forward. Once you join, you can stay in it for life if you so choose. And I have 2 different levels to choose from to join the Pod. The first is the Dolphin level. And at the Dolphin level, there will be monthly live content presentations like this one with Q&A afterwards. There will also be monthly coaching calls with love seat coaching, not hot seat, no hot seats here, no stress here. These are love seat coaching. So if you need, this is in addition to the monthly Q&A and presentation calls. These will be where we meet a second time each month, and if you need support, extra support, or have a challenge you're facing, you can be in the love seat, and we will listen and give you support and guidance. And it can be a bit of a mastermind where it's not just me and teaching what I know, but everybody on the call can also support you and love and honor you. And we will have open discussion on those calls. And we will have a unique private pod community support Facebook group. This is a whole new group, one that will only be for members of the pod, where we can support each other, we can share videos and photos and our experiences in life, as well as with the dolphins and the whales. And in these calls, there will also be guided meditations and home play assignments. They are play assignments. There's never a requirement to finish them, but they will be very fun activities around what the theme for each month will be. And I'm going to have monthly pod play gatherings online. So we're going to come together and we're going to play a game. This will be, just like on this Zoom call. We're going to play a game. We're going to get silly. We're going to act, maybe do a play together. I'm going to come up with some fun ideas. The dolphins are going to help me. And so these are, again, in addition, so there will be 3 monthly gatherings each month. So these are going to be a lot of fun. And that's a way to build our unity community and bring more play into our lives. And the first gathering for the pod will be September 3rd. So coming up very soon. Plus, not only do you get all of that, you're going to also get these great bonuses. You're going to get access to my 21 days of Dolphin and Whale Wisdom course, if you don't already have that. And also access to my Whale School of Wealth Open to Abundance course. These are recordings of live courses that I have taught. So you will get the recordings to all of those. And you're going to get 1 private dolphin dialogue session for free each year. So that'll be a 15-minute laser-focused dolphin dialogue session that you can have at any time during your membership year. And I'm going to give you a personal journal, a dolphin journal that I created with the wisdom of the dolphins a download so that it's a PDF so that you can print it out and use it as you wish. And we can't let the whales out. We can't leave those guys out. So we have a whale level for the pod membership group as well. So the whale level is, you're going to get everything you get with the dolphin level. So the monthly live content presentations with Q&A. You're going to get the monthly coaching calls with the love seat coaching and discussion. You'll get the private pod community support Facebook group. You'll get the guided meditations and the home play, the monthly pod play gatherings online, plus you get some extra things. You're going to get a private group monthly VIP Dolphin Energy Healing Session. So this is apart from the free one that I do. In addition, so you not only do you get the 3 monthly calls at the Dolphin level, you're going to get a 4th session per month, which is just for the whale level membership. And you're going to get twice a month pod play gatherings online. So you're going to get one with the dolphin level and you'll get a second one with the whale level. So there's actually going to be 5 gatherings per month. And don't worry, you don't have to come to all of them. Everything's going to be recorded so that you can listen and play at home in your own time if you can't join us live. Plus, the whale level, you get even more bonuses. You get the Wisdom from the Sea ebook, which is all channeled wisdom that I have received from the dolphins and the whales and other sea creatures. And you get a free dolphin energy healing session, private session, or you can have 3 free dolphin dialogue sessions. So 1 45-minute dolphin energy healing session or 3 free 15-minute laser dolphin dialogue sessions. You get to choose which you want. And you get a $200 discount off any whale and dolphin wisdom retreat that I offer. Plus 20% off any healing. So if you book healing sessions with me or dolphin dialogue packages or any of the programs that I offer, you get 20% off. So to join the pod and live the dolphin way, of course, we will teach the whales as well. At the dolphin level is only $22 a month. That's less than going out to dinner once a month. Or like, what is that? Like 3 Starbucks coffees, fancy coffees a month. So it's a ridiculously low price. That this is the first time I've ever offered this membership group. And I'm so excited about it that this price will probably not stay this price. So this is the founders level price. Or you can jump in and pay for a year in advance at $222, which is basically 10 months. You get 12 months for the price of 10. So you get 2 free months if you pay for the whole year up front. And the whale level is only $33 a month. So that means that that's like the less than 1 really nice dinner out per month. Or $333 a year. Again, you get 12 months for the price of only 10 months. So 2 free months if you pay up front. And our first pod gathering is September 3rd. And to join, you can go to livingthedolphinwaypod.com, where you will see all of the details, everything that you get, and can sign up right there. So are you ready to dive deep into living the dolphin way with me? I am so excited. And before I started this class today, I tuned in And the dolphins just showed me this beautiful image of all of you that feels called by this program to just gather. It was this beautiful pod gathering, and dolphins and humans together as one in true unity community in a very safe, sacred place. So again, livingthedolphinwaypod.com. I see there's a couple of comments in the chat. I will get to those when we're done with the presentation. So is it really possible to live the dolphin way? I know sometimes it seems impossible when we're surrounded by all the negativity and the anger and the hate that's in the world today. I'd like to share with you the tribe that my husband is from, the Meet the Embera tribe. They live in joy, just like the dolphins. These are some of my husband's nieces. They live transparently with no walls in their houses, with very little clothing. So almost no clothes. They're so transparent and everything's out in the open. In fact, if somebody's having an argument, if a couple is having a fight, the whole world knows it in the village. Everybody knows. And everybody's there to support them if they need it. They live in true unity community. So you see me there in the middle. I'm the one with the shirt on. And below me is, well, he was my husband. We're recently divorced, but we're still very, very good friends. And these people will always be part of my soul family. I love them so dearly. So they live in harmony with nature. This is a fun picture. I came around the corner one day in the village and found these boys creating a little house out of leaves and sticks that they found. And man, they were so engaged in that, having such a great time. Who needs an Xbox and technology when you've got leaves and sticks to play with and your imagination? And they're truly in touch with their emotions. This is a picture of them when they had this huge flood and one of the houses was just about to, you see how their houses are built up on stilts about 5-6 feet off the ground. Well, this flood was about to enter into one of the lower houses closest to the river. And so the entire tribe village gathered to rescue everything they could out of the house. But they quickly returned to joy. This picture was taken about 5 minutes later after the last picture of them being stressed and worried. And this was the family. It says 2 girls from the family, and you see their beautiful smiles of when that was their house that was about to be destroyed. And here they are, joyful and playing. And they have the quality of life the rest of us are searching for. Human touch, joy, play, very quick to laugh. It can be done as a human. They truly are living the dolphin way. So, how do you live the dolphin way? Well, you don't have to live on a deserted island in the middle of the ocean. It's not hard. Or you don't have to live in a remote village deep in the jungle to achieve living the dolphin way. You can live the dolphin way right here where you are right now in your life today. When you join the Living the Dolphin Way pod, you too will live in joy, play, flow, altruism, in the present moment, transparency, unity community, and unconditional love. So again, if it feels right to you to join the pod, go to livingthedolphinwaypod.com. And I'll put a link in the chat box in a few minutes. And I will, when I send out the replay, I'll send you a link as well. And of course, the whales will join us in the pod, and we will also teach opening up to the flow of abundance, the natural state. And as a thank you gift for joining me today, I'd like to share with you a free report that I created, the top 10 places to swim with wild dolphins. And you can get that at wilddolphinswims.com. So again, that will be in the replay, wilddolphinswims.com. So thank you everybody for joining me today. I'm gonna finish up the presentation and I'll be here to answer any questions or have a discussion after this presentation. And I hope to see you in the pod, livingthedolphinwaypod.com. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Hey, everybody, we're back. I am going to unmute you all. Hey, so how's everybody doing? Does anybody have any questions, comments? Everybody's silent. I'm just going through the chat. Somebody was, yes, I will be sharing, Dennis, I will be sharing the recording so you can listen and watch it later. I understand you're not able to really focus on it. All right. And Carolyn asked, can you change from the dolphin level to the whale level along the way? Yes, absolutely you can do that. If you decide you want to upgrade to the whale level, that can be done. Yes, not a problem. All right.
Well, I guess the whale is the dolphin plus.
Exactly. The whale is the dolphin plus. The whale is the executive level.
You get everything you get with the dolphin, but now you get more.
Exactly. Yep. Dolphins plus. There's a place named that.
I don't know if whales want to be called dolphin plus. I think they want to be themselves.
I don't think they'll take offense to that at all.
It's all in the family.
All in the family, exactly. All right, on our phone, I think 407, I think both of you guys on the phone, we're hearing a lot of background noise. So I'm gonna mute you, and if you wanna ask a question, just press *6. There, that's better. All right, anybody else have any questions, comments? All clear.
I know for me, I need to think about it. I already belong to about 3 pods, you know. But I'll tell you, Ann, the last few sessions I've had with you, the free stuff that you're giving, I really felt some very deep, high emotions, feeling more than I've ever felt before.
Wow.
And that's like the one time with the whale, when we had the meditation, I started making whale sounds. I couldn't stop making whale sounds. And the more whale sounds I made, the more I felt like I was in a large body of nice blue water and totally calm and peaceful.
Yes, that's beautiful, Larry. I love that. And I love that opening up to the dolphins is allowing you to feel more emotions and in a deeper way than ever before. That's incredible. Thank you for sharing. Yes, Pamela.
Is there a deadline for signing up for this? Like
there is no deadline at all. This is going to be an ongoing membership group so that when you can join at any time. Obviously our first, and each month will have a different theme, but you can join at any time. Absolutely.
Okay. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions, comments? All right. I think we're good. So thank you everybody for joining me today. And I would be honored and thrilled to have you join me in the pod. All right. Have a great day.
Thank you.
All right.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye. Muscle up.